Hi, welcome to our classroom. Today is our first video that you're going to be watching with a flipped classroom. So let me explain a little bit what a flipped classroom means. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a traditional classroom, which you normally come in and you hear a teacher lecturing, and you're going to be listening to the lecture on the videos like you are right now. And then what normally happens in a traditional classroom is you go home and you do some homework. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to do that homework in the classroom with your teacher, myself, helping you. Okay, so some of the rules of a flipped classroom. First off, when you come into the class, you're going to start right away working on the assignment. And I'm going to post the assignment on the front board. And so you're going to come in and there's either going to be worksheets that you're going to work on, or you're going to get your text and you're going to start working. Now, in my classroom, you're going to have the availability to work in groups on the whiteboard, on paper yourself, or it might even be a lab that we're going to be doing that day. So you're going to come into the classroom and you're going to start working. Okay, you're going to hand in your work at the end of each class, so make sure that you use your time wisely. If you're goofing off with your friends, you might end up at the end of the class that you have not done the assignment. That assignment has to be turned in at the end of the class day, and it is going to be graded. Now, what happens in the case that you did work hard, you just were not able to finish the whole assignment? Well, then you're going to have the opportunity to go home and work on that assignment at home. But once again, you're not going to have the availability of having your teacher being able to help you or assist you in any of the problems that you have. Plus, you're going to have the regular homework, so you're going to have double the work. So it's best that you work really diligently during the class time. This is the time that you're going to be asking questions. I'm going to be here while you're doing your traditional homework, so ask me the questions. You can work on your friends, use textbooks, and use any other facilities that you can use, references and resources to help you answer some of the questions. What you don't complete during class, you are going to complete for homework. Okay, well, what is classwork? So you're going to come in and you're going to start working on an assignment. So you're going to have the opportunity to either work by yourself if you do that better. You can get in groups of 2 or 3. I really don't recommend that you get in groups of larger than 3, because then someone always seems to be a standby or a looker instead of doing the assignment. Although you may work in groups, each student needs to hand in an assignment. So there are no group hand-in assignments. So even if you're working in groups, you have to hand in your own assignment. Each assignment has to have the following heading. Make sure that you have your full name, the period that you're in, and the assignment. So if it's a worksheet, you're going to put worksheet 1. It could just be that you're writing on the worksheet, but in this case, it would be the textbook and the assignment number. Hand the assignment in the bins in the back of the room. So as you're going to see today during class, we have bins that are going to be marked for each period, and make sure you put them in those bins in the back of the room. Show all your work for credit. Just like math, physics is a lot of word problems and math problems. Make sure that you fill out the general equation that you're going to be using, then fill in the variables, and then solve the problem. Make sure you show all your work for you to receive credit. Okay, so what happens at the end of class and when the bell rings? Because most of your class period is going to be working together or working alone on the homework, make sure that you clean your work area. Clean all the dry erase boards. If you're choosing to use these dry erase boards, make sure you wipe them down, clean them up, and replace them, as well as the dry erase markers. Return the textbooks, because a lot of our assignments are going to be done out of the text. Make sure that you put them back. We will have a home set of textbooks for you, as well as a class set, so you don't have to bring them back and forth, but make sure you return them. And the last one, which is just a problem that I have, this is not a time for you to pack up your bags and stand by the door. Make sure that you're getting ready, you're sitting in your seat, and then when the bell rings, you may leave. Okay, so let's talk about hall passes. Because we are going to be working on mainly your homework during the class, it's really important that you're in the classroom during class time period. Okay, so be prepared for class. If you come prepared, you shouldn't have to use a hall pass to get your textbook, because we have a class set. The homework you should be working on is an Edline assignment, so you shouldn't have any problem with that. Bathroom and locker passes, make sure we have a new procedure going on at Viera High School. Make sure that you take the bright green hall pass, and make sure that you do sign out. And I'll show you where that's located in the classroom. Remember though, the more time you're out of the class, the less time you spend on the work, and therefore you're probably going to have more work to do at home. What about homework? Okay, we're not going to have the traditional homework due, but you are going to have work that you have to do at homework. Okay, we'll be doing a flipped classroom therefore. The traditional class lecture will be watched on a video. You can watch it on YouTube or you can watch it on Edline. So this is going to have you, enable you to access it if you're in the car or if you're at a sporting event, so you can watch it just like you do on any of your smartphones or at home. And if for some reason you can't, you still have access to watch it in the morning in the library. Okay, each video is going to have a short Edline, graded Edline assignment that's going to be affiliated with it. You're going to access that. It's fairly easy. It shouldn't take much time. It's just to verify that you get a general understanding of what the lesson's about. Be sure to watch the videos before the class. What's going to happen is you're going to find out that you're going to come to class and be expected to know something. Okay, I'm going to be able to assist you in some of the more difficult problems, but if you don't watch that video, it's going to be very difficult for you. I suggest when you watch that video, you take notes so that when you have time to answer questions and work on the problems in class, you have something to look back on. Okay, what about if you're absent? Well, the one nice thing is that there's no lecture that you have to make up. All these Edline videos are going to be available for the week, and they will stay there. So if you're missing a day, you can watch that video while you're at home, and you can also answer the Edline assignment as well. Okay, just make sure that you've watched them before you return to class. The classwork is going to be posted on Edline. Any missed test. Now, what you have to do for the missed test is make sure that you come in prepared to take it that day. If you're absent for more time, we can work on, come talk to me and we can work on what is the best day for you to make up any missed test. Now the quizzes, you do not need to make up quizzes. Quizzes are given every Friday. If you miss them, you do not make them up. But if you miss more than 5 per semester, then you're going to end up with a 0. Okay, so make sure that you're not absent every Friday. Okay, let's go over some classroom rules that we have. Okay, the big one is that any rule that adheres in Viera High School is also going to be within the class. Okay, make sure you bring your necessary supplies to class. Once again, come prepared and you're going to do fine. No food or drink in the classroom. This is a lab, a science lab, therefore no food or drink. I will allow you to have clear bottle water, and if there's any other medical reason, come talk to me and we can talk about that. Okay? Act and speak appropriately. Let's just use it as a learning environment, that everything's really comfortable. Just use your common sense and same school rules apply. No electronic devices. This year we're going to be doing a little bit different things. I might allow you to use your phones in class for some sort of assignment, but as far as bringing them out to use as a calculator, absolutely not. No texting, no getting on your phone and calling home or your girlfriend during class. This is your warning, so if you get caught with your cell phone out when it's not allowed, you will lose the cell phone and it will go right to the dean. Make sure that you treat everyone with respect. I will not tolerate any bullying, any making fun of other people. This classroom is going to be a lot of hands-on, a lot of group work. It's really important that we all get along and we treat each other with respect. And do not touch anything on my desk or in the lab area. Because I teach physics, we have a lot of physics toys that are going to be around the room at different times. This does not give you the freedom to come in and take and play with any of the toys. The lab area is going to be off limits unless we are working on a lab, and we'll be talking about that specifically on those days. Okay, and then of course the big thing that everybody wants to know about is how do I grade? Well, the way that the grading is going to be set up is the classwork, the stuff that's done in class and turned in at the end of the class, is going to be about 5 points a week. Depending on it, might be a little bit less for some days, weeks that we have tests, or we're going to be doing a lot of labs. The Edline assignments that go along with each video is approximately 5 points per week as well. So altogether on a full work week, we're going to have 5 points for classwork, 5 points for Edline, so you'll be accruing 10 points per week. We also have a weekly quiz that's every Friday, and that's going to be worth 10 points as well. Then we have chapter tests that are about 50 points. Normally what I do is I offer extra credit for every chapter test that we do, and we'll have a review the day before, and that'll be tacked on right onto your exam, and that'll end up being about 50 points. And then the last thing is lab reports. They're going to vary anywhere from 10 to 20 points depending on how much. Some of our labs are just going to be quick questions that you're going to ask. You're going to do a couple things and then figure out some simple answers. Other ones will be more in-depth lab write-ups, and they'll be worth more points. So these are the general idea. If you want to go look at the classroom policies, those are also on Edline under classroom management. And don't forget to take the Edline quiz. That will be for video 1. And you can find that under the same section for chapter 1 information. We'll see you tomorrow in class. Bye.